Do you ever catch yourself thinking, "Ugh, I don't even like my child right now," and then immediately feel sick with guilt? Have you noticed yourself counting down the hours until bedtime just so you can finally stop fighting and breathe? These were just a few thoughts that I tried to ignore when my daughter fought me on everything. If you have a difficult child and you're wondering whether this is just their personality or something you can actually change, this is the video that you need to watch. Most parents today believe that difficult children just need their feelings validated first. That if you acknowledge their big emotions and use the right gentle parenting scripts, eventually they'll cooperate. But when I dug into what was actually happening during our fights, I realized that we were both missing something crucial. Something that explained why validation worked for 5 minutes, and then I'm right back to yelling again. In this video, I'm sharing what I finally understood about defiant behavior, the one shift that actually stopped the cycle, and why the answer had nothing to do with my child, but it was actually something that I never expected, and that brought us closer than ever. And now, we actually connect more than we fight. There's actual laughter in our house, not the forced kind, but the genuine moments where I see who she really is underneath all that intensity. The guilt that I used to carry after every blow up, the "why am I always so angry" spiral, it's fading. I'm not saying every day is perfect, but I can handle her meltdowns now without having my own. I can stay present instead of backing away, and she feels it. Kids always feel it. This is the story of a mom who used to fight with her child every day and how she learned to build a strong, secure bond instead. Let me give you some examples of how I would fight with my child every day. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Mallorie, a full-time mom to 3 incredible children. I'm building a YouTube channel and spending every other moment figuring out how to be a better mom. My daughter is very particular about her bed. Okay, she's got her sheets, and then she's got her comforter, and then she's got 3 quilts laid out in particular orders, and then she's got another blanket on top. And she won't lay in any of these blankets. No, she's got to lay on top of them all, and she's got to have a tiny little blanket that doesn't even cover her feet. One day, I decided to pull up the pink blanket. It was the end of life as we know it, okay? Major blowout about that. Let me share another story. We will be playing and doing some sort of role play, and she will be like, "Okay, mom, you're going to do this and this and this." And I'm like, "Girlfriend, I just want to sit on the ground. So how about I stay here and you guys do running laps around the room and I will watch and count." No. Those are not the instructions she gave me. And it's funny, I think about it now and I'm like, man, where do you get that from? That I need to follow your exact instructions, girl? You're the child and I am the adult. Please comment below and tell me some of your fun, hilarious memories with one of your children. Here's what I've realized the whole time that has shifted my perspective about my child. I've always thought that she's challenging my authority. She doesn't respect me. She's doing it on purpose. But what's actually happening is it's not about authority at all. It's really about her capacity and her emotional capacity, which is a lot heavier than some other kids. And therefore, she gets overwhelmed. Acting out equals a way of regaining control. So it's super normal for difficult kids to want control, especially in their own lives, because that's just a part of being human. And what looks like my daughter pushing against me is often her pushing against how she feels. So when I think she's retaliating against me, she's actually retaliating against the feeling on the inside. Her anger feels like a pent-up fireball. Her anger will show up in many ways, like tantrums, melting down, testing limits all the time. Basically, every day is opposite day. She's talking back, going from 0 to 100. When I'm just trying to be nice, I'm thinking, you're lucky that I'm being as nice as I am right now. And hitting is a reaction as well. And oh my gosh, do I lose it when she hits things. Does anyone else's child laugh when they did something they're not supposed to do? Or something that or if they pull their sibling's hair and they start laughing and you're like, oh my gosh, I have a psychotic child. She thinks this is funny. So again, as a parent with a difficult child, I often wonder, where does this come from? Well, I basically answered that myself. It comes from potentially a temperament, luck of the draw, but I honestly believe that I have molded my child. I believe that I have had a lot to do with her temperament and why she's acting the way she is. I'm also trying to understand that when my daughter acts out and behaves badly, how I react is fully my responsibility. The secret to connecting with her, it's not about understanding, but it's about understanding myself. You've seen a ton of these revelations that I've had. Those are the things that need to be fixed, not my daughter. Experts will say that there's a typical tantrum behavior pattern. Let me give you an example. Me telling her to wash her hands. The other day I did that after nagging her a few times. She ended up splashing water in my face and thinking it was funny. I didn't think it was funny. In fact, I overreacted in the opposite way. But the point is that she has already been feeling overwhelmed. She was tired, she was hungry, she was thirsty, and she was being rushed. Basically, she's telling me, you've nagged me for the 10th time and I'm overwhelmed. So for me to show you a big shove it, I'm gonna flip some water in your face. Because it's a natural reaction for her. When I get overwhelmed and frustrated, millennials are told to bottle it up. And eventually, for me personally, my cap blew a long time ago with the vinegar and the baking soda. But since her cap isn't fully sealed, those are her reactions coming out. She doesn't know how to bottle them up, thankfully. But I take those things personally. I think she's being disrespectful to me. But what I'm really not understanding is that she is already overwhelmed. And she's basically telling me, Mom, you're not understanding how I'm feeling at the moment. I think I've mentioned in some previous videos that I've actually been in therapy for over 10 years. I'm not going to knock therapy 100%, but at the same time, therapy can only get you so far, like it did for me. It gave me a lot of recognizing some behaviors. One thing that I actually heard that was very, very helpful from one of my therapists. It's basically the theory of the window of tolerance. So this is your window. When it's open, this is all the stuff that you can think, feel, stay calm. My window was open about this much due to the life that I've had, to put it lightly. This is how much room I have for feeling overwhelmed, for anxiousness, for anger, for any numbness, tiredness, any shutting down. This is how much tolerance I can handle. After I have kids, my window is shutting very, very easily, probably before 8 a.m. So that means that my child, when she's feeling a little difficult, unsafe, overwhelmed, or misunderstood in that moment, whatever it is, as me being emotionally unstable, how am I supposed to absorb those extra feelings coming from my daughter? Hi, I'll get back to the main video in just a second, but I just wanted to let you know that we are officially on Patreon. This is where we go deeper. The stuff that's too raw for YouTube, too long for a 15-minute video, too personal to put everywhere else. What you're gonna get is bonus episodes like the conversations we have after we stop recording. Extended full cuts, full discussions without the edits, Q&As, you ask, we answer, your parenting questions, and our honest takes. If you watch any of our previous videos, you would know that my husband Tom was in our content a lot. If you join our Patreon, you'll get to see his beautiful face again. We hope to see you there. Back to the video. The hardest part of dealing with a difficult child is that I need to be the one to absorb those overflowing emotions because her brain just isn't developed enough to handle it. So basically now I understand what's inside of her, that she's not fighting me. She's fighting how she's feeling. And I know that my stuff is showing up in her stuff. But knowing all that doesn't automatically make it easier in the moment. Here's something that actually has helped me a little bit. By the time my daughter is acting out, my window is already probably closed. I've been triggered 10 times before breakfast. The mess, the whining, the rushing, the sibling stuff, the fighting, blah, 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 blah. By 8 a.m., my capacity is already maxed. So when she refuses to put on her jacket for the millionth time, it's not just about the jacket. It's really just everything. So the problem isn't that I'm a bad mom. The problem is that my window was already barely opened before she even started. So here's what I started doing. And it sounds almost too simple, so please stay with me. I started writing things down. And no, I'm not talking about journaling. I'm not talking about sitting there in candlelight and with a gratitude list. I mean, anytime I got angry, anytime I went numb, anytime I snapped, I wrote it down. What time, what happened. And let's be real, obviously we're moms, okay? You don't always have the capacity to do that at the time. So sometimes I would do it at night, or sometimes I would write a note on my phone or do a voice memo in the car. But basically, you want to take note. Or sometimes it's a sticky note on the fridge. It doesn't matter how, just get it out of your head. We moms, we love to-do lists. We have to-do lists up here and there's like 50 things on that list. We'll write them down. And I don't know if you've done this, but if you write it down, it actually feels like verbal diarrhea and then it's all out there and it doesn't have to be up here. It helps. When stuff stays in your head, like me, it loops. I have the same thoughts over and over again, the same triggers, the same guilt spiral over and over. But when I write it down, your brain just goes, okay, I don't have to hold on to this anymore. It's here, it's safe, it's somewhere that I can see. So once I start writing all these things down, I start to see patterns, and I'm seeing that I snap always at this time. I always snap at this. I'm fried even before she wakes up. And then I started seeing a bunch of patterns in my childhood that kept showing up. You can't fix what you can't see. So writing things down helps me see it. And here's where it connects back to my child. When I start healing some of that stuff, even just noticing it, my window can open a little bit more. And when my window is open, I can actually absorb her emotions without slamming it shut. I basically become a sponge, not a ping pong paddle. I can take in her meltdowns without having my own, and I can stay calm. And not because I'm pretending, but because I actually have more capacity. And that's the goal. It's not perfection. It's just a little bit more room. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you all these things fix overnight, because it really doesn't. It's gradual. And I mean real gradual. But things start to shift, and I snapped a little less, and I recover a little faster. And I start to see her a little differently, and she feels it, because kids always feel it. So when my window opens, hers can open too. So here's the thing. Everything I shared in this video, the window, the mirroring, the triggers, the survival stuff, that's the understanding part. But understanding doesn't change anything by itself. You have to actually do the work. And I know how hard that is, and I know you've heard it a million times. But where do you even start? Another parenting book? Another therapist? Another thing on your already overflowing plate? That's not where we wanted to head again, because we've been there before. So that's why we created the Calm Parenting Method, the 90-day program launching in May. It's for parents who are done feeling reactive, done with a guilt spiral after every blow up, done watching their own childhood trauma leak into how they're raising their kids. We go pretty deep. Your triggers, your patterns, the stuff you inherited that you never asked for. And we rebuild with coaching, with community, and with actual support. So by the end, you're not just a calmer parent, you're a more healed version of yourself. If that sounds like what you need at all, the link's in the description to get on the waitlist. This isn't for everybody. I mean, it is, but you have to be ready and willing. If this video sounded like you even just a little bit, then it probably was meant for you. I'd love to have you. And if you enjoyed watching this video, watch our previous one, The Psychology of a Mom Who Carries Everything. And I'll see you over there.